Assalamualaikum to panelists. My name is Muhammad Iskandar Bin Shaharudin. Today I would like to present my final year project proposal. The title for my project is Fabrication of Multilayer Graphene Composite Coating using Electrodeposition. First, I would like to give some introduction to my final year project. First, I will talk about the background of my project. First is coating. So what is coating? Coating is a process of adding a thin layer on the surface to improve tribology and mechanical properties of a material. Coating is usually done to improve wear, corrosion, and thermal load of a material. Next is graphene. So graphene is the material that will be used for the coating material. So graphene contains a 2D hexagonal structure as you can see in the picture, and it also reported is suitable for several applications such as fuel cells, biological application, and anti-corrosion application. Next, I will talk about the problem statement of the project. First is the tendency of corrosion of metal. Exposed metal surface tend to corrode due to oxidation reaction, especially when it's unprotected. Second is increased lifetime of a machine. Unprotected surface can easily damage, thus reduce the lifetime of the machine and increase the cost of operation to operate the machine. Third is the investigation on multilayer nickel graphene oxide nanocomposite coating. The study on multilayer nickel graphene oxide nanocomposite coating through pulse electrodeposition hasn't been done yet. So this work will contribute to the development of multilayer nickel graphene oxide coating and understanding of deposition mechanism. Objective of the project. There will be two objectives for the project. First is to fabricate multilayer graphene composite coating on my steel. The graphene composite will be nickel graphene oxide, and the fabrication will be done through pulse electrodeposition. Second is to characterize the physical and mechanical property of multilayer graphene composite coating. Scope of the project. So this will be the work done for the project. First is the preparation of substrate for coating deposition. So the substrate material is my steel. Second is to prepare multilayer new graphene composite coating using electrodeposition process. And the third is analysis on physical and mechanical property of the multilayer coating. Next, I will talk about the literature review of my project. First is the mechanical property of nickel graphene coating. So a study has been conducted and found that the micro hardness of pure nickel coating is lower compared to nickel graphene coating. Pure nickel coating recorded a 265 Vickers hardness value, and nickel graphene coating recorded a 427 Vickers hardness value. Next is electrodeposition. So electrodeposition is the method that will be used to coat the substrate or my steel. So it is the controlled deposition of material on conducting surfaces using electric current from a solution containing ionic species. So cathode, which is at the negative side, as you can see in the picture, will undergo reduction. So cathode electrode will gain electron, and anode will undergo oxidation, which is the positive side, where the anode or electrode at the positive side will lose electron. So the electrodeposition method are known to its relative low cost and simplicity, scalability, and manufacturability. Next is the mechanical property of multilayer coating. A study has been conducted on a single layer zinc iron as well as multi-layer nickel zinc iron. So the study showed that the surface roughness for nickel zinc iron decreased linearly as the number of layers increased, as shown in the chart. So the increased number of zinc iron layers reduce its thickness layer. The reduce in surface roughness might be caused from the block of the element of grain growth of its crystal structure. The second section, I will talk about the methodology of the project. So experiment parameter, there will be 4 specimens that will be tested. The concentration for the electrolyte will be kept constant at 0.1 gram per liter. The time of deposition will be kept constant at 45 minutes. The temperature also will be kept constant at 45 degrees Celsius, and the pH level will be kept constant at 3, and the current will be kept constant at 2 amps for all specimen. The only difference in parameter is the number of layer. So the first specimen we have number level of 2, the second one will be 4, the third one will be 6, and the fourth one will be 8 layers. Next is the preparation of electrolyte. So the electrolyte consists of nickel sulfate, boric acid, isophobic acid, saccharin powder, and the graphene oxide. So the electrolyte will be kept in constant value of pH of 3 and the constant temperature of 45 degrees Celsius. So the graphene oxide concentration will be 0.1 gram per liter. Next is the electrodeposition process. So in this picture we can see the mock-up for the experiment. So there will be 3 electrodes connected to power supply, the cathode, which is the mild steel, and also we have anode, which is graphite electrode. There will be 2 graphite electrode, which where one of the electrode will be act as the counterbalance, so that the coating will be more uniform. We also have the electrolyte solution and also magnetic stereo with heater, which will be kept at the temperature of 45 degrees Celsius. Next is the electrodeposition process of multilayer coating. The process of electrodeposition for multilayer coating and single layer coating is different. Multilayer coating requires the use of pulse electrodeposition. So multilayer coating will be deposited using a different duty cycle, where the duty cycle is the percentage of period when the system is active. For example, duty cycle of 90%, which means 90% of the time set is the system is active, and the 10% is the time where the system is inactive. So the number of duty cycle depends on the number of layer required. Next, I will talk about the characterization technique that will be used for this project. There will be 4 of them. The first one is the X-ray diffraction, XRD, used to analyze structure pattern. The second one is scanning electron microscope, SEM, used to view surface morphology of the coating, and also to verify if the multi-layer coating is successful. We can see the number of layer that have been successful electrodeposited to the substrate. The third one is the Vickers micro-hardness test, used to determine the hardness of the coating. So for this project, we use 1 kg of lead will be applied to the coating, which we create indent, and the diameter of the indentation will be calculated to get the Vickers hardness value. The fourth one is the Alicona infinite focus, used to measure surface roughness, and it also used to find the thickness of the coating. Third, on the last section for this presentation is the expected result from this project. The expected result for the multi-layer nickel graphene oxide coating is an improvement in the mechanical properties. First, improve in hardness is expected to show an increase in hardness value compared to single layer nickel graphene coating. Based on previous research and studies, multi-layer coating recorded a better hardness value compared to single layer coating. Second is to improve in surface roughness. Is expected to show a reduce in surface roughness value as the number of layer increase, as stated in the literature review, where the increased number of zinc iron layer decrease the surface roughness value. So that's all for my presentation for FYP1. Thank you.